My name is Lauren Gonzalez, and I am running for Common Council to represent the great city of New Britain. I have watched over the last few years as the city has evolved and grown into a place you would want to make a future investment in. I've resided in New Britain for the last 11 years and have 5 children, 4 of which attend our local school system. I am running citywide because I believe in a better New Britain with opportunities for its residents, economic growth, and a better education system. I have been an active community volunteer and have attended Common Council meetings frequently to keep updated with what's going on with our city. But now I believe it's time to step up and serve. I've always dreamed of giving my children a better future, and the direction the city is heading in is a positive one. I want to provide my voice and help continue to bring our city to the next level. Mayor Aaron Stewart has worked hard to gather a team that is as diverse as our city. If elected, I would work side by side with the mayor, other council members, city employees, most importantly, the people, to be a voice. I believe in communication and transparency. Open government is essential for public service. I will bring my knowledge of a previous business background and community service work to the city on a larger scale and to its people. Let's continue to work in transforming our city for the next generation, bringing in more jobs and more new developments. I believe that our team is the leadership we need to keep our city moving forward. I look forward to earning your support and your vote on Tuesday, November 5th. Please vote row B for Team Stewart.
Hello, my name is Cheryl Mala and have the honor to have been endorsed as a candidate for Board of Education. I hold a Bachelor of Science degree in Marketing and Advertising from Post University and have held professional positions as a medical practice administrator for the last 30 years. Most recently, I am the practice administrator for a very successful practice in Middletown, Connecticut. My position includes management of all business aspects of the practice, including but not limited to human resources, facilities, health insurance management, budgeting, and cash management. My passion for education and for seeking election to the Board of Education has its roots in doing what is best for all students. Truth be told, my husband continues to have a successful career in education, most recently as an executive director of one of our state's regional education service centers, and prior to that, serving for approximately 20 years as a school superintendent. I have firsthand experience seeing and understanding the complexities associated with providing a high-quality education of services to all students. When elected, I will be fiscally responsible and support the work of administrators, teachers, and all support staff. I will engage others to seek efficiencies and foster an interest in seeking alternative funding sources to assist getting all students what they need to receive a high-quality education. I will support integration of technology into our classrooms and work to promote STEM, STEAM, and instruction in vocation trades. Above all else, I will listen to what you have to say, interact with families of all students, and use these opportunities to engage conversations at the Board of Education level. I will work diligently in a bipartisan manner to tender policies that allow our schools to thrive just as our city has under Mayor Aaron Stewart's administration. I am proud to be part of Team Stewart, and I look forward to earning your support and your vote on November 5th. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Alderman Kristen Rosato, and I'm currently running for my 3rd term for New Britain City Council on Team Stewart to represent the voters of Ward 2. Over the last 2 terms, I've had the privilege of serving our East Side residents as we've seen tremendous progress being made in many facets on the East Side and across the city under the leadership of Mayor Aaron Stewart. Since being faced with a $30 million deficit in her first term, the city under Mayor Stewart's management has undergone a dramatic economic turnaround, which has brought stability and responsibility back to the city's finances. I'm proud to have supported measures that have transformed our city back to fiscal health. Over the last 6 years, the city's rainy day fund has increased to $18 million, The bond rating has increased 4 notches to an A+ credit rating, and the city's grand list has increased 6 years in a row due to the many new additions of businesses who have chosen to expand, relocate, and establish themselves in the city of New Britain. In addition, the city has attracted numerous housing and development projects, such as Columbus Commons, which is a $58 million mixed-use development featuring housing, retail, and office space. Historic sites such as the Andrews Building and 57 Court Street are getting much-needed renovations, which will include additional apartment spaces. Both are in walking distance to the downtown district and Connecticut Fast Track. Also, we have Energy Innovation Park, a $1 billion data center project powered by fuel cells, to be built on a former Stanley Black & Decker factory in New Britain. Once completed, it is expected to provide up to 3,000 jobs and $45 million in tax revenue over 20 years. Other projects include the renovation of our parks as A.W. Stanley Park, Stanley Quarter Park, and the Eastside's Chesley Park are all getting a facelift and being upgraded as we continue to revitalize our city's parks. The goal to transform this city is moving forward, as we strive to create a community where people of all ages and economic backgrounds want to live, work, and play. In addition to developing our economy, we found creative ways to reduce government expenses, utilize more technologies while making a more effective use of our resources. We continue to find new ways to save money and provide the services we need while investing in green energy and implementing smart city initiatives. Things such as a redesigned city website, free downtown wireless internet, electric vehicle charging stations, and a fuel cell at New Britain High, just to name a few. Other initiatives include an app called SeeClickFix that allows residents to report a pothole or other issues directly to Public Works, upgrading downtown traffic lights so they can be realigned in real time, and a free textile recycling program. Working alongside Mayor Stewart, we continue to focus on being a city of compassion while making it a safer place to live. The crime rate has been dropping steadily, and there has been much progress made in combating opioid addictions with the Mayor's HOPE initiative, with the launch of the New Britain Task Force to look at ways to avoid opioid-related deaths. To help our homeless community so that no one feels that they are left behind, the Building Hope Together Task Force, New Britain's permanent plan to tackle homelessness, has become a model for other communities that are tackling the issues of homelessness. By bringing city officials, clergy members, and social service providers around the same table, Mayor Stewart is not only continuing New Britain's tradition of compassion for those less fortunate, she is intent on finding housing, treatment, and work for those who seek it. I'm proud to have worked with her on such an effort. In order to govern more effectively, the residents deserve a government that is more accountable and transparent. City Hall has become more accessible to the residents, and public information has become easier and simpler to obtain with the newly revamped city website. Guided by the principle that no one invests in cities that don't invest in themselves, we have invested more in education, combated blight to improve our neighborhoods, and have taken steps to opportunity zones, which incentivizes investment in economically distressed communities. Our Streetscape project to transform downtown is completing another phase, with the new Beehive Bridge soon to be unveiled to the public. Over the next 2 years alone, more than $60 million in private investments will be taking place in our city. Simply put, there is an increased sense of pride in our community because New Britain is a city on the rise. Coming this November 5th, I humbly ask the residents of the city of New Britain to support a results-driven style of government by re-electing Mayor Stewart, together with our leadership for New Britain's slate of Democrats, unaffiliates, and Republicans, to continue the momentum and accomplishments of the last 4 years to move New Britain forward. Please vote for me, Alderman Kristen Rosato in Ward 2, and the rest of Team Stewart on Row B on November 5th, 2019 for better leadership for New Britain.
Hello, New Britain residents. My name is Sharon Saavedra. I am running for Alderwoman at Large in the city of New Britain. I am a registered Democrat who has been endorsed by the local New Britain Republican Town Committee. I have both the pleasure and responsibility of running on Mayor Aaron Stewart's team. Our slate of candidates is politically diverse in our party affiliations, Democrats, unaffiliates, and Republicans, as well as diverse in our ethnic, racial, and generational makeup. Our team of candidates bring many different perspectives and life experiences to the slate. Team Stewart is committed to continue on the path of economic development, grand list growth, community revitalization, supporting and contributing towards a better future for our city's children through our school system, our Parks and Recreation Department, and collaborating with our community's strong nonprofit network. Under Aaron's leadership, the city has improved its financial standing by getting out of a deficit situation created by a former administration and now enjoying the stability of a surplus. Our team's vision for New Britain is to bring pride back to our residents who can say with conviction, I am from New Britain. I choose to live here. My children go to school here. I do business here, and I enjoy a good quality of life here in the city of New Britain. I am a lifelong New Britain resident. My father graduated New Britain High School in 1951. I graduated New Britain High School in 1983, and my daughter graduated New Britain High School in 2016. As a family, we believe in our city. As a family, we stay here in New Britain and are active members of this community. My name is Sharon Saavedra. I humbly ask for your vote this November to help elect me to the New Britain Common Council and serve you, the good citizens of New Britain. Thank you.
Thanks first to Nutmeg Television for the opportunity to address the voters and taxpayers of New Britain. I'm Danny Salerno, an incumbent alderman at large for the New Britain Common Council, and I am seeking a fourth term to serve New Britain on the council. I have about 5 minutes to tell you about the past 2 years, actually the past 6 years, to what has happened in New Britain. I want to provide with a snapshot of what Team Stewart, led by Mayor Aaron Stewart, has been able to accomplish. But first, what is the makeup of Team Stewart? It remains the most diverse election team you can imagine, diverse by race, age, gender, culture. And 9 of the 15 candidates running for council are Democrats and unaffiliated, endorsed to the credit of and by the Republican Town Committee. As a lifetime resident and a Democrat, I've been endorsed 4 times by the Republican Party. Because Team Stewart is not about party or ideology, we are about the leadership we need for New Britain every day and for the future. What has this Team Stewart done? Over the past 6 years, under the amazing energy and leadership of Mayor Aaron Stewart, New Britain has continued growth and a strong economic stability. 6 consecutive balanced budgets, maintaining a bond rating of A+, with a 4 straight bond rating increase. A surplus of over $12 million, over 100 new businesses, restaurants, manufacturing, new apartment projects, veteran and homeless housing construction, over 750 new jobs, a revitalized downtown district, construction everywhere, the 164-unit Columbus Commons and Court Street apartment projects, major renovations and improvements in our parks, a host of areas, a new swimming pool, facilities at A.W. Stanley, new basketball courts and walking paths there, Stanley Quarter Park, the much-needed dredging of the pond at Stanley Quarter is underway, and the skateboard park and the hiking paths as well have been completed. New playscapes, handball courts, athletic fields at Chesley, and plans for renewed recreational facilities at Osgood and Washington Parks, and at Walnut Hill, tennis court renovations on tap for 2020. The Stanley Municipal Golf Course, the premier 27-hole public course that includes the ever-popular Back Nine Tavern and banquet facility, is having one of its best years of success in over a decade. The Beehive Bridge, much-needed reconstruction project and architectural destination site along Main Street, can be enjoyed from Route 9 and Route 72. It's pedestrian friendly and was funded by over 75% through grants and state resources. A sidewalk subsidy program, the Click It, Fix It app for street repair and blight issues, several traffic control and beautification projects, millions in revenue increases for the Board of Education, and finally, to begin construction and operation in 2020, the highly anticipated fuel cell project on the Stanley Black & Decker properties. This project will provide hundreds upon hundreds of good-paying jobs, a billion-dollar industry that will add much-needed revenue to our New Britain grand list. I know I've missed many other examples of programs and projects, but we continue to have the mission of experience the new in New Britain. For 6 years, I've been a council liaison to a variety of boards, including the Board of Education, the Board of Finance and Taxation, City Planning, the Water Department, Park and Recreation, and the NRZs. The Housing Authority of the City of New Britain, the CCSU Town and Gown Committee, and the Downtown District. I would be humbled and honored to serve and continue this new attitude in our city. On Saturday, September 21st, I'll be holding my 40th Coffee for Open Government. These coffees are part of my consistent effort to hold office hours to all residents. It's an opportunity to engage with me, commissioners, and other elected officials about their concerns in New Britain. This is the most transparent, accessible, and open government administration in New Britain history. The dynamic leadership of Mayor Aaron Stewart provides the engine. The changes, the attitudes, the progress is visible everywhere, from downtown district, Central Park, to Fast Track and Little Poland, to the brand spanking new Smalley and Gaffney schools. I look forward to serving the residents of the city of New Britain for another 2 years with a bipartisan council and a Red Caucus with your help and your vote. The leadership we need for continued progress, smart physical management, and valued quality of life in New Britain can only be found with Team Stewart. Thank you, and vote Row B November 5th. You can reach me at 860-977-5311 or my Facebook page or my email, dannysalerno2013@gmail.com. Thank you very much.
Hello, and thank you for taking the time to learn about local candidates. I appreciate your commitment to be an informed voter. I'm Rosemary Meranti, a Democrat running for re-election to the Plainville Town Council. I went to local schools and graduated from Plainville High. I received a BA in history from Trinity College and have graduate degrees from URI and University of Hartford. Several years ago, I retired as district supervisor for technology and libraries in the Windsor Public Schools. I had a rewarding career with lots of opportunity for strategic planning, innovation, and budget management. I'm running again for the Plainville Town Council because I'm still passionate about building a vibrant future for our town. As I've said before, we should have high expectations and certainly never think that we are just Plainville. I would like to share some areas that are priorities for me. First, public safety is always right up there as a primary need. I've supported resources such as replacement of 2 fire vehicles and continued replacement of police equipment. I also commend our staff for introducing new tools like the Code Red notification system. Infrastructure that is maintained and upgraded is also a priority. We're completing the first 5-year plan of road paving, and we're asking voters to approve Phase 2 in November. I have also supported improvements at Robertson Field and school building renovations such as Wheeler Schools project. 21st century infrastructure obviously includes technology. I was pleased to approve the fiber optic cable project to connect town and school facilities. It will result in higher speed, increased reliability, and decreased cost over time because we will own the fiber. Economic and other development are also elements of success. We must continue working with our Economic Development Agency to promote business. One example will hopefully be the reuse of the former White Oak property that is currently undergoing an environmental assessment. And I look forward to the finalizing of our next 10-year plan of conservation and development. I see it as a guide to creating the future from both an economic and quality of life perspective. In terms of quality of life, there are several areas I'd like to mention. One is parks and recreation. As a Norton Park walker, I personally appreciate these well-used resources that give so much value to the town. One current topic, of course, is the Farmington Canal Heritage Trail. I've been a proponent of the trail as an asset to Plainville. I look forward to completion of the design phase and the additional public input the process will involve. The public library is still another resource that provides important services, adds value, and merits taxpayer support. In terms of seniors, I am a proud, unabashed cheerleader for the Plainville Senior Center. It is truly a model for what senior services should look like. And a word on education. In regard to the schools, the role of the town council is primarily budgetary. But within that context, I will always recognize the role of strong public schools in educating our children, making Plainville an attractive place to live, and preserving our property values. Responsible budgets are, of course, an overall priority. We need to continue conserving, reallocating, and reinvesting in ways that not only save money, but also move us forward. Finding that balance is key, but I will always work with colleagues from both sides of the aisle to propose sound budgets that reflect a strong, positive direction for the town. Finally, I support town efforts to respond proactively to concerns that arise. Probably the best recent example is the town initiative to work with Valley Water on the hard water issue. As a result of town efforts, the water company is now taking steps to address the matter. Before I conclude, I would like to mention that I serve as council liaison to library trustees, Conservation Commission, and Committee on Aging. I'm on the town's Complete Count Committee for the census, and within the community, I'm active in the Plainville Historical Society and Relay for Life. If reelected, I will continue to study all issues thoroughly and listen to input. My goal is to do what is best for Plainville. Everyone may not always agree with every decision I make, but whatever I do will be based on careful work and consideration. Thank you very much for watching, and thank you also to Nutmeg TV.
Hi, I am Foster White. I am a Democrat candidate seeking re-election to the Plainville Board of Education. I am currently completing my 7th year as a member of the Board of Education. To be candid, I have thoroughly enjoyed this experience and believe that I have been a productive member of the board. I am committed to continue to extend my best efforts to ensure that our school district will continue to provide, to inspire, prepare lifelong learners to follow their passion and engage in their communities and positively impact our global society. I am personally proud of the accomplishments made by the Board of Education these past few years. Most significant is the presentation to Plainville residents of budgets with exceptionally modest increases in expenses. I am pleased to be a member of a board that acts with fiscal responsibility and still is able to meet established goals. Keeping pace with technological advances, the successful implementation of our full-day, full-week, certified, universal pre-K, and our ongoing provision of safe, caring learning environment that promotes academic growth, health, and emotional well-being for each student. I would also like to share with you my personal background. I have been a resident of Plainville for over 45 years and have extended my best efforts to be as active as possible in accepting and performing civic activities within Plainville. I have served as an alternate on the Economic Development Agency, and prior to that, I functioned as chair of the Board of Assessment Appeals for more than 8 years. In addition to this volunteer service to the town, I have been a long-standing member of the Board of Advisors for the Wheeler Regional Family YMCA. I am also a member of the Global Inclusions Committee for the Greater Hartford YMCA. In addition, I have served as the board chairman of the Feral Treatment Center in New Britain for over 13 years and currently am the volunteer treasurer of that organization. In May of 2011, I was appointed chairman of the trustees for the Bishop's Fund for Children, operating within the Connecticut Episcopal Diocese. I have volunteered for the mentor program of Plainville Community Schools and was most honored to be named Mentor of the Year in 2013. I am a 30-plus year performing member of the Plainville Choral Society, and for 33 years I functioned as a volunteer producer of the PCSU Theater. Professionally, I received my Bachelor of Science degree in marketing from the University of Hartford in 1960, and for more than 40 years I was an executive in the financial services industry. In this capacity, I worked for community banks in the state of Connecticut, and while engaged in the banking industry, I was also an instructor for the New England College of Finance, teaching banking-related subject matters. Before I close our remarks, I wish to stress 2 points. First, I wish to continue my service on the Plainville Board of Education because I believe that education is the primary responsibility of local government. This belief was best expressed by Mark Twain when he said, "Out of the public schools grows the greatness of a nation." I am convinced that the essence of a community is measured by the quality of education it provides. My individual philosophy is that it is better to be a part of the decision-making process than to sit in the background and simply criticize. Second, I believe that my greatest contribution to the Board of Education will be my passion for the arts and learning. These will guide the decisions I will make as a member of the Board of Education. In addition to my over 40 years experience as a professional in the financial services industry, this has well provided me to provide sound economic advice during budget deliberations and related activities of the board. There is much that remains to be accomplished by the Plainville Board of Education, and I will hope that I will contribute my time and talent and expertise to the successful accomplishment of these tasks. I hope that you will consider me to be the candidate of your choice when you vote to fill the four-year Board of Education position on Tuesday, November 5th. Even if I have not earned your confidence and vote, I urge you to vote and actively participate in your local government process on November 5th, 2019. Thank you for your time and attention and hopefully consideration.
Hello, my name is Dr. Arne Goldman, and I'm running to serve as Canton's first selectman. I'm a veterinarian, a small business owner, a husband and father, and your neighbor. I share all that Canton has to offer and know that only by working together can we keep Canton a great place to live and work. 25 years ago, I made the decision to invest in and build my life in Canton. I opened my veterinary practice here in 1995 and have cared for the animals of Canton and surrounding towns ever since. I married my wife Jill and raised our children here. They attended Canton schools and went on to build successful lives based on the excellent education they received. I've invested everything in Canton, and I've enjoyed a wonderful life for which I'm profoundly grateful. All along, I've tried to demonstrate my gratitude by contributing to our community through volunteerism that enhances Canton's quality of life. Even before my business opened, I volunteered for the Chamber of Commerce, eventually having the opportunity to lead it. Over the years, I've served as a firefighter and EMT, as Sam Collins Day Treasurer, on the board of our local bank, and on several town boards and commissions, most recently as chairman of Canton's Board of Finance. In that role, and together with my colleagues from both parties, we held residential property tax increases to a minimum while preserving town services that residents expect. In particular, our school system has continued to receive all it is needed to continue its outstanding success. In the wider community, I've been a member of the Hartford-based Capital Region Emergency Planning Committee for 16 years, heading up the Animal Response Mission for the Capital Region, as well as a variety of other charitable activities across the state. I'm a Rotarian and have strived to fulfill the Rotary Creed, service above self. I believe it's important that balance be maintained between preserving valued and essential town services and ensuring that all our residents can continue to afford to live here. This is particularly true of our elderly residents, those on fixed incomes, and those of limited means who only hope to stay near their family and friends and in the community they hold dear. I'm very proud to have worked with many Canton volunteers of all political persuasions to ensure Canton not only survives but continues to thrive. A recent assessment of Canton's economic health by the Moody's Agency resulted in an excellent rating, indicating a healthy financial position as compared to similar neighboring communities, the state, and the nation. High ratings mean lower borrowing costs for the community, necessary to keep local taxes under control. While Connecticut's economy has shrunk significantly in recent years, we're fortunate Canton's finances have been responsibly governed despite the state's troubles. I believe that compromise among all interests is necessary to achieving the right balance, and that identifying middle ground on most issues is essential to fairly serve everyone's priorities. Our challenges can only be met through transparency, collegiality, and by building trust with all parties regarding decisions that affect everyone. In closing, I've been all in for Canton for 25 years. I continue to be, and I look forward to serving honorably as your first selectman. I'm Dr. Arne Goldman, and I humbly ask for your support and your vote. Thank you.